Dreams don't build themselves. They need hands, a willing heart, and hope. At MTC, we believe every child, no matter how far they walk, deserves a space to learn, to dream, to grow, to become. We have built dreams before, but we cannot build the future alone. We are calling on corporate Namibia. Join us. Hold hands with us. Let's rewrite the story of every Namibian child in every village. Because when we build classrooms, we are not just building structures, we are building the future.
Uh, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I will stand on the protocols that TEM has established. And normally, when I do the financial presentation, I always stand in the middle there. But today, I got specific instructions from TEM that the numbers are so good that I shouldn't stand there and block the view of yourselves. So I was ordered to stand in my little corner and announce the numbers. Our financial results for 2025 show resilience. It shows disciplined execution, and it also reflects the bold steps that we have taken as an organization to transform and transition from a traditional mobile telco to a DSSP. Now, as we reflect on the year under review, I want to highlight on three key things. We delivered strong, consistent financial results despite a challenging macroeconomic environment. We also materially advanced our strategic transformation, particularly in enterprise, fintech, as well as the digital platforms. We stayed true to our purpose of enabling connectivity and digital inclusion for all Namibians. In terms of the overview, we remain the preferred telecommunications company in the country. And we say this because we are currently serving over 2.3 million active customers. Our network coverage remains best in class, reaching over 98% of the population, of which 86.5 is covered with LTE. And during 2025, we also strengthened our group structure with the activation of the MTC Maris, which is the Mobile Financial Services subsidiary, a key enabler for digital inclusion. In terms of ownership, the government of the Republic of Namibia remains the majority shareholder, and we also have strong participation from institutional and retail investors. Our governance structures remain sound, with oversight from a highly experienced board and a focused executive team. Our purpose continues to guide decision-making at MTC because we focus on empowering connectivity for every Namibian. We drive digital innovation through platforms and new services. We invest in inclusive socio-economic growth. The video that we played showed that. And we lead digital transformation, especially with the rollout of 5G that we did earlier in the year. And we continue to advance ESG principle across the business. Now, as the economy becomes more digital, we are positioning ourselves as a catalyst for national development. The ISBP that guided us from 2022 to 2025, the one that produced the results of today, focused on stabilizing our core. It improved our operational efficiency and laying the foundation for digital transformation. The 1st of October, we launched what we call the ISBP 3.0, which in my next slides I'll briefly touch on in terms of what the focus areas are. Now, between 2022 to 2025, our strategic priorities were operational excellence, cost optimization, innovation, service excellence, as well as revenue growth. ISBP 2.0 allowed us to maintain market leadership, to grow data usage significantly, and position ourselves for the next strategic cycle. Our results reflect the success of that disciplined approach. Our investment case remains very strong. We serve 87% of the Namibian mobile market. We maintain a cash generative, ungeared balance sheet. We continue to demonstrate consistent earnings and a disciplined cost management. Our broadband network and rural expansion programs remain unmatched, and we operate with a highly skilled board, leadership team, and workforce. And this is the foundation that allows us to invest confidently into new digital revenue streams. As we transition into ISBP 3.0, our focus shifts towards accelerated digital growth. Our new strategic pillars reflect where the market is headed to, and these are the industry norms, especially where we are operating. The first one is to protect and modernize the core, which is we are jealously protecting our performing engine, which is our mobile business. Second is to win the home through fixed broadband. Third is growing enterprise digital services. Fourth, building scalable digital platforms. Scale fintech through MTC Maris. Establish our national data center. And expand into regional markets. This is now national and international expansion. These are high growth, high impact opportunities that strengthen our top and bottom line while supporting Namibia's digital future. 2025 was one of our strongest years. In terms of revenue growth, we have grown with 14.4% compared to 5.8% in 2024. Helen, this is where you take out your notebook to start giving instructions on the invoicing. In terms of the EBITDA margin, in 2024, note that our EBITDA margin was at 50%. Now, in 2024, we were at 45, 46. So meaning 3.6 less than 50, but now it has grown with 3.3%. So we are at 49.5. In terms of the net profit after tax margin, in 2024, we were at 24%. Now we have grown with 27.7%. In terms of headline earnings per share, 2024, we were at 103.05. Now we are at 136.30. And the whole of last week up until this morning, I was asking Tines on the total comprehensive income for the year, which for me looked very, very abnormal. But that's a reality. In 2024, we had a growth of 2.7. Now we are at 32.3%. In terms of dividends paid to shareholders, so far a flow out of 722 million. Compared to 544 million in 2024. In terms of data growth, for this year, 4G has contributed 24% of the revenue, compared to 28% last year. However, our data growth is standing on 26.6%. Prepaid customer services growth is on 18.3%, and the enterprise services growth is on 36.4%. The revenue growth of 14.4% was driven by data, enterprise, as well as prepaid growth. The enterprise services grew reflects a strong demand from corporate and as well as public sectors. And the data traffic growth confirms the shift to digital consumption. prepaid customers grow, it reinforces the strength of the MTC brand, and the EBITDA margin improvement shows disciplined cost management. The net profit after tax margin clearly shows that it increased with 27.7%. The dividends of 722 million is so far our highest dividend paid to date to the shareholders. This performance demonstrates both resilience and momentum. In terms of the prepaid performance, the subscriber base grew from 4.3%. It grew by 4.3% following SIM registration completion, and the prepaid ARPU increased by 14.6%. The roaming revenue grew by 2.5%, supported by increased business travel, oil and gas exploration, and tourism recovery. The handsets and accessories revenue rose with 16%, with inventories up 9% due to strong demand from a growing subscriber base. Enterprise segment, the revenue sets 38.3%, driven by 36.8% growth in Spectra, home fiber, as well as enterprise customers. The new revenue streams grew by 38.3%, reflecting progress in diversifying into enterprise ICT markets, which is IoT, fixed enterprise or fixed connectivity, and the new revenue now accounts for 4.5% of the total revenue. And as I mentioned earlier, our EBITDA margin improved from 45.9% to 49.1%, reflecting stronger operational efficiency as well as commercial momentum. The data traffic grew from 25.9% to 26.6% due to new products and service offerings and a strong demand for smart devices. Customer satisfaction stabilized, even though it shows that it dropped from 79 to 76. 76 is the baseline. And if we look at the previous years, we will see that 76 is still higher than 2021, 2022. But we will continue to prioritize and improve on customer centricity. The income statement reflects the profitable growth supported by revenue gains and cost efficiencies. On this slide, I actually feel like I'm repeating myself because I want to reflect on the EBITDA growth from 45.9 to 49.1. However, the direct cost also decreased by 7.4%. And this is due to the prior year's once-off grant levy of 58.4 million, which is not recurring this year. Personnel costs rose to 17.2% due to inflation-linked adjustments, structural realignments, and capacity expansion. The G&A cost increased with 4.3%, and this is consistent with inflation. And the sales and marketing investments grew to 21.9%, and this is to accelerate the adoption of the MTC Maris. So our total income for this year is at 3.7 billion. In terms of capital investments, our cash and investment increased by 154 million as at 30 September 2025. And this was driven by improved profitability. Reserves are managed prudently through board-approved financial institutions in risk-averse instruments to protect the capital. Interest income earned is at 104.5 million compared to 94.6 million in 2024 at an average rate of 8.7% while in 2024 it was at 10.1%. And these reserves are utilized for capital expenditure, dividend payments, as well as operational shortfalls. Robust cash generation reflects financial resilience and operational efficiency, reducing reliance on leverage, and lower gearing enhances credit worthiness and provides flexibility for future funding on favorable terms. It minimizes financial risk by reducing exposure to interest rate fluctuations and liquidity pressures, ensuring stability in volatile conditions. While the ratio is below target, it remains the healthy and strategically advantageous given the group's ability to self-fund operations and capital projects. The shareholder return. Again, the outflow for 2025 is 722 million. The share price increased by 13% during the financial year, reflecting management's strategic actions. And I think this morning, Werner mentioned that the share price is now at $9.15. Yes. The dividend policy, interim dividend up to a minimum of 70% net profit after tax annually, subject to earnings, subject to the outlook for earning growth, operating and capital expenditure requirements, and the company's borrowings. 2025 dividend declared now stands at 819.8 million, representing 80.2% of the net profit after tax. This slide basically just showcases the roadmap for Maris, the functions that we currently have in our Maris platform, the MTC Maris, peer-to-peer payments, merchant payments, cashless transactions, bill and wallet services. And this platform is designed to scale, to integrate with partners, and to unlock new revenue streams. This positions MTC as a player in Namibia's digital financial ecosystem. Our strategy for the next 3 years centers on disciplined growth, digital transformation, as well as regional expansion. Now, each pillar that you see there, from protecting the core to winning the home to scaling fintech, that directly contributes to revenue growth, margin expansion, and long-term shareholder value. We are entering our next chapter from a position of strength. Our performance today gives us the confidence in the future that we are building. This brings me to the end of our financial report presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We will now go into the Q&A session. If I can just ask the team to help me with the chairs and also invite our financial director, Tines, to the stage. If you have questions, please prepare them in the meantime while we go on a commercial break. Right, we have roaming mics. If we have any questions from the media or from our guests, either online or in here, we will gladly take them. Now, I also see that members of the media are recording the session. We will send you the live link as well, so you don't have to spend all the data on your phone. Octavius disagrees with me. Any questions? Yes, we have two hands there. Please state your name, your media house, and then you ask the question. Thank you.
My question relates to infrastructure investment. How do you compare the 2025 infrastructure investment to previous years? And what do you expect in terms of infrastructure investment for the next few years? And my second question, there is increased competition in the market. What do you expect the customer impact will be from this increased competition? Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. On the infrastructure one, question one is that if you deep dive into the annual report, is that we invested more in the financial year 24-25 than the previous. What is very important that we make it very clear that if you look at ISBP 3, we quickly identify areas of investment that we foreseen that the investment will rise in the near short term to achieve ISBP 3. And that's the reason that we make it known, that we put it in the annual report as well as part of the presentation, to inform the shareholder that we need to invest to ensure a sustainability future of MTC.
Okay. In terms of competition, I normally take a different perspective, because how I look at competition is when you have a $20 in your wallet, the choice of what you will use the $20 for. So, and to break that down is an example of when I have the $20, do I buy bread, do I buy beer, or do I buy airtime? So we always pride and strive for what we call customer centricity. Over the past few years, we have really invested a lot into data analytics and understanding what is the thinking and needs of our customers, and hence why we continuously improve our products so that it meets the customer needs. So that's basically how we handle that part. The choice of the customer, what informs that? And does our products speak to the needs of the customers?
Thank you. We have another hand there. And of course, competition is always good.
Good morning. My name is Chamwe Kaira. I write for the Windhoek Observer. Your fintech product, Marit, what are you going to do to make it more visible or viable? Because it's not as common as the other one offered by commercial banks. So I just want to know what plan you have for that. And then you spoke about regional expansion. Are you speaking within the country, or are you planning maybe to go outside the country? Thank you.
All right, thank you. On the first one, in terms of more visibility, the teams are working overtime in terms of making the product much more visible. This is with continuous developments in terms of functions. You will note that the past few months we have been signing up with the likes of Choppies, the likes of Metro, and that is because the purpose of Maris is really to service the underserved. And how you are able to service them is by providing them access to where they can transact. So we are also admitting that in terms of marketing, we are not really that visible, but we have really made provision for a marketing budget to speak towards that. In terms of the second question,
is it regional expansion? Is it local, or
yes,
how far do you go?
It's both local and regional. For the past year, we have been talking to neighbors who needs services. You'll note that I spoke to a data center that we are setting up. You'll also note in the report that we had significant investment, especially in our fiber backbone. And that emanates from conversations that we are having with some of our neighbors where they need services from MTC as well. So this also speaks to international. Thank you.
Just in the event that our panel has over-answered your questions, we sincerely apologize. Any other questions? Maybe one from my side. I think, Doctor, you spoke about the high demand for smartphones, but we also know that these smartphones are very expensive. What is MTC doing to ensure that there's penetration of smartphones in the market? I'm asking this question on behalf of our customers. And let me know if there's any questions online as well. Thank you.
We have an initiative called the Smartphone, where we subsidize 4G capable smartphones. Up until recently, they were being sold at a cost of 499, but recently the price has dropped to 399. And the target is really for our rural consumers that are not having 4G enabled smartphones. So the smartphone is a fully subsidized initiative from MTC, but as part of that, we also continue to invite like-minded stakeholders to participate in that initiative. Like recently, the rural tower that we launched at Epinga, the regulator also bought a significant number of smartphones for the rural community. So those are the type of initiatives that we have in place.
Yeah, I would like to thank the regulator, and we have more in stock if the regulator wants to buy more. Any other questions? Yes, Edgar?
Thank you very much. Perhaps just to follow up on the data center, can you perhaps elaborate on how much you intend on investing in that? And also, since they use a lot of power, are there any special initiatives to cater for that?
At this stage, I cannot disclose much. We are busy with the feasibility study. We are engaging all the relevant stakeholders. We are getting inputs from them. And I think during the course of the year, we will then be able to announce what it is that we are setting up. But for now, I can give you assurance that we are engaging all the relevant stakeholders for that.
Quite another question there.
Competition. One of your competitors is digging all over Windhoek, putting cables and so on. And then there's also a talk of Starlink and so on. So how are you going to evolve? How prepared are you for competition? Because you've been a dominant force in the market for a long time. So what are you doing to prepare for more competition? The other thing is, which is a common thing, is all over Facebook or the SMS pages of the Namibian people talking about losing data and so on and so on. Okay, can you just comment on that problem? Because people talk their data is lost, or whatever they put in is not what comes out and so on. May you just comment on that? Thank you.
I know we're not very fond of giving our competition free marketing at our events, but we'll allow the panel to answer those questions.
The type of license that we have from the regulator is technology neutral. And what we always try to do as MTC is to understand what are the needs of a customer. And based on the needs, then we provide the relevant technology for that. So you made reference to competition digging all over Windhoek. We are aware of that. We are also digging. But I should assure you that we also have alternative technologies that provide the same capabilities. So on an as-need basis and on a case-by-case, we provide the relevant technology that is needed at a time. That's how we address that aspect. In terms of the second question, the child my data. We have been having several complaints for the past few years. And we have actually realized that most of it has to do with customer education. Because all the cases that was presented to us, we have tools and systems in place that can show that the billing was done correctly. And 100% of the time when we gave feedback, the customers were satisfied because we could demonstrate where the usage was done, or else in some cases it was just a misunderstanding of the product that they have been using. I think recently we were also audited on a specific case by the regulator, and I think they were also satisfied. So it's continuous customer education that we need to do in terms of awareness. Then maybe you can amplify on that since you ran that campaign.
Yeah, so basically two pressing matters at the moment. The first one is scammers, not just targeting ICT, but also targeting the banks. So you'll see that we are currently busy with a very comprehensive and intensified campaign in different vernaculars as well, addressing the scamming issue from various fronts. And of course, the Chow My Data one is one that has come quite a long way and seems to not be going away. But we will also intensify our efforts in terms of educating the customers and roping in different mobile manufacturers that will also come and explain how their devices work in terms of, because we basically charging for the service, but we want to bring in manufacturers like Apple, Samsung, Huawei. Unfortunately, BlackBerry is not there anymore. But they would also be part of this campaign, explaining how their devices work and how you can switch off all these background apps. But that will be a very countrywide campaign that really explains how you can save your, protect your data. You can never save your data, but you can protect it. The moment you start using it, we will charge, which is the right thing to do. Right. In the absence of any other questions, if no questions online, Tuli? All right. If there's no questions online, it brings us to the end of this Q&A session. What I now want to do is invite the members of the board, and I'll ask one of the directors to propose a toast that is reflective of these encouraging results. And thereafter, I will invite all of you for breakfast outside. Thank you very, very much. Directors, if you can just join us up. Can we have the champagne? We also ask Madam Gikemba to join the directors as well. First for a photo opportunity, and then we'll do the toast. Right? We'll do the photo opportunity first. May I have some music, please? And see some of the devices. When you take pictures, it also chows data. Thank you very much. Shall we? Stop. Give him a mic. Can we have a mic, please?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I just really want to propose a toast to everyone involved, MTC, board, Exco, all the ambassadors, and also thanks to the regulator, and especially thanks to our customers, because without you, we would not have been able to do that. So yeah, here's a toast to all of us.
Thank you very much. This brings us to the end of our announcement. And a special thanks to all our customers, wherever you are in this country. Continue to support the #1 brand. If you'd like to tamba, please do so. And we wish you a joyous festive season and a safe one. Thank you.